Yeah, ready to go. You're ready to go. All right, guys. I am on Meetup. I'm on Zoom actually, and I am also live streaming to YouTube, hopefully with good audio. Uh, so I'm not able to see the comments from the live stream. I'm so grateful you're here, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm Elizabeth. This is Willow Terra. We meet no, actually, we meet online Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. And you can always catch the recording of most of my events are recorded, not all. Thursdays are not recorded, and right now Saturdays are, but there will be times when it won't be. Saturdays alternates between mediumship and reading from the book. You can check out the details at my groups. The links are in the description. We're going to begin with Seasons of the Witch, Letha Oracle. Ooh, how much longer are we in this? So September what? Oh, I wonder. Okay, let's see. If you have a question, be thinking of it. If you don't, that's fine. Answers come without questions being asked. Epiphany. All right, let's see. Oh, I would like to share something. I've come across a statement that has had an amazing impact, lasting impact on me. The statement is, it is better to understand than be understood. It is better to understand than be understood. And with that being said, we pull Hanging Baskets. Love. So it's card 13. This is key 13 in the major arcana is death. 1 + 3 is 4. Key 14 in the major arcana is the Emperor. 1 of 13. Key 1 is the Magician, and key 3 is the Empress. A lot of energy in numerology. You can look at it any way you want. Do you have to read all of those cards with this? No. Do you have to cite the energy? No. Do you have to do anything with the numbers? No. You do what you're comfortable with, what you want to do, and then go from there. And you can start and then stop. And I'm not even talking about complete the task. Just don't do it midway through. Like, I don't like this, then don't do it. The card Hanging Baskets, 13. Lean into the essence of receiving, for there await the things you've been telling yourself are out of reach. Why am I thinking that's so frightening? What was I talking about when I was shuffling? I don't remember. Lean into the essence of receiving, for there await the things you've been telling yourself are out of reach. I read that wrong. Lean into the essence of receiving, for there await the things you've been telling yourself are out of reach. So just receive. Two people sitting, oh, that's really big. 2 people sitting on a bench, receiving kindness, receiving love, receiving companionship. Just receive. It is better to understand than be understood. Receive. All right. We got. Oops. For all you green witches out there, that is card 12. So card 13 sits between Green Witch and Heather. All right, we have Hanging Basket. This is so pretty. I love this. Nothing says welcome to a warm, beautiful home full of cheer better than hanging baskets. Their delicate beauty attracts all sorts of other pretty creatures, from every shade of hummingbird to butterflies and bees. When you receive this card, it invites you to let your beauty be on display for the world to see. Why is it doing that? Doesn't it have to attract movement? Is it really just the lights that's having it do that? Oh, well. When you receive this card, it invites you to let your beauty be on display for the world to see. And the camera's shifting everywhere. putting beauty on display. All right, well, whatever y'all see, enjoy. Don't worry about whether you're pretty, slim enough, or have sufficient money, a good job, or the right kind of talent. Everyone is beautiful in some way, and you are no different. You may not believe that, thinking you've been passed over or that people simply don't notice you. But ask yourself whether that's true or whether your energy is closed to the attention. Do you duck your eyes when you see someone attractive rather than meeting their gaze? Do you blend into the background at parties, choosing to play the role of wallflower? Or are you bright, vibrant, and eager to mingle with friends and strangers alike? No one can enter your house if you don't open the door. Learning to receive is as much about putting yourself out there as it is about accepting what is being offered to you. You can also receive, just simply take it and do what you want with it. Like some dude gives you a tomato, you're like, thanks, man. You can eat it right there, with or without salt. Just bite right in like it's an apple. You can take it home, decide to add other resources and make some salsa, get your tortilla chips. Just accept what is offered if it is of benefit to you and do what you want. Once a gift is given, the giver has no right to what was given. It is yours. Now, those passive aggressive fucks out there that like to screw around and give you shit and then want it back or tell you you're wrong for having it can go fuck themselves. Okay, sorry, I'm having a morning. All right, let's go to Stellar Visions Oracle because I'd like the stars to help me ground. You know those things floating out in the sky with no tether? I'd like those to help me ground. Ooh, Leo right on top. That's me. Okay. Stellar Visions Oracle Cards Guidebook. Stephanie Galing, illustrated by Sosha Davis. Hello. It's an oversized deck. Actually easier. You can shuffle it upright, like, you know, because sideways is a little bit. Oh, that's pretty. Second house resources. Retrograde. I'm willing to bet we're in a retrograde. They don't actually spin backwards. I mean, I don't know. They don't. I don't know why. What happens? Optical illusion. I've definitely heard it. I've watched videos on it and I still can't remember. Some shit's like, what? Like the gravity, the moon doesn't have gravity to affect the tides. That's not how that works. I just found out. It's the axis of the planet as it rotates. And it pulls water up and pushes it back. It's not the moon. Okay, just threw my thumbs out trying to. All right, it's a very sticky deck. It's difficult to get the cards apart, and it's almost impossible to shuffle. So we're just gonna do it on the ground. Some decks are like this. It's not a bad attribute. It's just simply a characteristic of the deck. Much like yourself, your characteristics are not bad. The actions that come from those characteristics may be questionable, but so long as you have foresight, you're probably going to be okay. And don't fucking blame yourself. Shit happens. Not that important that you have to blame yourself for everything happening. You're just not that important. But you have value and worth. And you are an asset to our species. So hang in. All right, let's see what we got. I got Aquarius on the top. That's my rising sign. Hold on. Do we have? No, there's Virgo. All right. Stellar Visions. That's better. I'm not even looking. This is so crazy. So it's just giant. They're nice cards. They're super nice cards. And I like the really oversized ones because I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. Because I can see them. This 50, I'm gonna be 52. Um, why am I telling you I'm 52? I forgot. Well, anyway, so we've got sixth house well-being. Look at her hair. Oh, I had a vision about hair last night. Like, you know, like I daydream, but sometimes I'm really far out there daydreaming, and I saw myself, but it wasn't quite me. It was probably another version of me. Look at her hair. And everyone had long hair. Everyone that was around me had like this. I have just crazy hair. Like I brushed out my hair this morning so it looks like this. You know, other days it's these giant curls. It's just it does whatever the fuck it wants. So I had this vision of me, and my hair was like pulled in front of me on purpose, but it was way longer. I think this is before people were cutting their hair because all the guys had really long hair too. But it wasn't like a social thing or a cultural thing. Well, it was, but what it was I started to feel cold, and I grabbed my hair and I put it together. Oh, it wasn't cold. Wait, it was the opposite. It was sun. That's right. I remember feeling the sun on my skin. I burn like a mofo. Like you put me in the sun, it's like tomato time. It's ridiculous. And I peel and have more skin marks. It's horrible. So I try not to stay in the sun too long. I did this with my hair because my chest is a very sensitive area. But my hair was a lot longer, and it was seriously froed out because, like, I don't know, this is like low key froed. So look, and I did like this, but I had so much hair that it covered my chest. I didn't have to go put on another garment or trying to find some little animal wrap around my neck. I just did this. Oh, see, look at that. It's like that protective capability the hair does. Yay. So, and I was actually thinking, am I going to cut my hair this August? Because I cut it once a year. And I was like, man. All right, sixth house, well-being. All of that goes to the card. Let's see what the card says. Super pretty card. Love it. Love. So we know we can go float by the planets. South node, north node, the astral, the zodiac, the signs. First house. We want sixth house. Now we're in the houses. Sixth house is well-being. Inspirations. Elevate your fitness. Okay. I'll go run for some chocolate. Lend a helping hand. Connect with your colleagues. Learn more tools of the trade. Ah, crap. I've been telling myself I really should be learning more astrology. It's an astrology. I'm dead. Because I'm one of those tarot readers that doesn't know jack shit about astrology. And most of my friends do. All right. It's a period. It's a period to focus upon your vocation, whether that's your job or the ways you are of service to the world around you. Is it fulfilling? Do you get to show up each day in a way that makes you happy? If not, it's time to make adjustments so that it feels more in alliance with who you are. As you do so, pay special attention to your colleagues, as giving those relationships more TLC will make your days more enjoyable as well as efficient. When you pick the sixth house card, it signals a time to focus on your well-being and how you're feeling on a physical, sorry. Oh my God, I had this some very strange image in my head and it made me laugh. Okay. It was about a driving movie theater. Okay, anyway, fuck. When you pick the sixth house card, it signals a time to focus on your well-being and how you're feeling on a physical, mental, and more emotional level. Reflecting this, don't discount, sorry. Reflecting this, don't discount the impact that eating nutrient-rich foods and inviting in more relaxation can have on your health. Okay, so well-being is kind of like, yeah, let's do the right thing. Let's eat the right thing. And I'm going to sip on some coffee. Don't necessarily do this. Okay. Do what you want, though. So half a century on this planet, and for all of my life, pretty much, I've been aware of diets, which is horribly unhealthy. Like, I didn't actually practice many of them, but I've seen my friends go through it, caregivers, and I'm like, that's not a healthy aspect. Constantly looking for a way to lie to yourself, to lie to myself, it's not going to work. I mean, not with food. Not with something that I have to have. I have to have air, I have to have water, and I have to have food. We can say liquid, but let's go with water because that's what nature actually provided us to drink, not coffee and soda. So I'm going to do that in the best way I can. I'm going to supply myself with those components to the best of my ability in the way that seems healthiest to me, not what I'm being told. Now, if you're aware that your habits are definitely unhealthy, but you're unable to shift them, that's okay. That's a totally different thing. Give yourself time. Get there in a way that you're comfortable getting there, and find the help. We've talked about this in the first card. Find the exterior help or the internal help or both that'll help you get there. Accept the kindness. Accept. Don't say no when someone wants to give you something if it's something that you'll benefit from, something that you'll enjoy. And you're going to have to make that decision for you, for yourself. You get it before you take it. Should I receive this? You should receive it if it will benefit you, and be brutally honest about what benefit means to you. All right. The sixth house is viewed as the realm of work and wellness. It represents how we approach our vocation, those we work with, and our relationship to our health. As it's the house of service, it reflects not only the ways in which we like to give a helping hand, but also the assistance we seek from others. It can show us the stressors that impact our well-being, as well as give us inspiration for aligned self-care strategies. Go girl, do it. Roller skates? Yes. Okay, affirmation. I am of service. And you can just be of service to yourself. Start there. Bitch, you're breathing. You're servicing your body. You got this. Stellar reflection question. What steps can I take to elevate my well-being? We can say elevate. We could also say, what steps can I take to notice my well-being? Let's start at notice. Let's start at looking at what we have, what we would like to have, and how we'll go about doing that, getting that, asking for that, receiving that. Let's start there, right? We're going to elevate what? We don't know what the fuck we're working with yet. Damn, that's rushing the boat. All right, let's see. Oh, look what was under that. Chiron. Chiron, bitches. Midlife crisis. Chiron. All right. I have on my actually I have two Colette Baron Reed decks, but I accidentally grabbed a Sandra and Taylor one too. But I went to her webinar yesterday and I loved it. Let's pull from Colette Baron Reed. I like her. What she puts out as a person, I like her style. All right, this is such a fun deck. This is Colette Baron Reed, and she's a redhead. I like this one. I've had a few of her decks. Guides of the Hidden Realms. These are all hand painted by her, and she wrote the guidebook. Written and illustrated by her, and she's releasing an album today. I was like, girl. She started out. She's in her 60s. She started out in her 20s as a musician with a contract. All of that, like she was the real deal, and whew, wasn't an easy life. But now she's fine. Well, whatever. I just heard, I'm clairaudient, I request all I need. I'm doing a series of affirmations on my YouTube channel. And this more, I thought of one this morning that was beautiful and I forgot it. And I was like, write it down, draw a picture, make your own cards. This is my loose hair, like off my head. It's like everywhere and it's driving me insane. I want to throw it away. I'm throwing away my DNA. All right. What did I say? I receive all I ask for. Are you taking notes? All right. I receive all I ask for. All right. What's the one I thought of this morning? God, it was good. Really good. All right, let's see what we have. These are so pretty. This is an example. This is not the card I pulled. Boom. Look at that. She painted that. Who the fuck wakes up and goes, I want to paint this? What the hell is it? All right, I love it. I love it. And these are giant canvases. I did not know that. I never thought about it. They're huge. They're like 4 feet wide and 6 feet tall. Maybe like a little bit less, but they were gigantic. Unless she's like super small. I didn't realize it. They were gigantic. And I'm like, they shrunk it down to the canvas. That's amazing. How do you capture details that you shrink down? I think that's really interesting. Oh, I pulled this one yesterday. I pulled this one a lot. Emergence of true knowing. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Look at, there's an emoji like that. The face coming through the clouds. I love emojis, their language. All right, emergence of true knowing. Card 41, intuition, rigorous honesty, ouch, and inventory. Card 41. Card 41. Is that light language? And there's light language. These cards have light language. I don't know why it's called light language, but it's whatever. It's sigils. Look around the card. Characters. You can make them up. It's not a language that you learn. You just make it up as you go. It's purely intuitive. Like this deck right here. How the fuck? Where did the? Oh my god, this camera. This is a deck of sigils. The the Blind Spot Oracle by Teal Swan. It's all sigils. We'll find that in a minute if you're unsure of what I'm talking about. 41. No, card pull. No. Oh my god, look, I did pull this one a lot. I'm making notes on it. All right. Emergence of true knowing. Key concepts. Intuition. A flash of insight. So we've got like some Ace of Wands in here. Development of understanding. Evolution of thought. Ace of Swords. Being rigorously honest with yourself. Ace of Pentacles. That's or the Emperor. The importance of inventory. The High Priestess. Because you start here. Who's taking inventory? I'm not going to read my notes. I'll just read what the book says. True knowing comes most easily from an open heart and mind. Right now, you're faced with the opportunity to pivot towards something new and take a different route than before. Something in you knows the truth of the situation at hand. It will pay off to stop overthinking and instead open yourself to divine inspiration and deeper knowing, your intuition. There is a distinct relationship between intuition and inspiration. So keep exercising that intuitive muscle. Oh, so sorry. Let me back up a sentence. There is a distinct relationship between intuition and inspiration. Intuition is in service to inspiration. So keep exercising that intuitive muscle, and it will lead you to a place in life better than you imagine. Your higher power is whispering within. Don't just listen. Take the risk and take that step. A new, prosperous, and abundant adventure awaits. You are on the right track. The reversed meaning, and really, like even if I draw it upright, and if you're like, and then I read reversed, and you feel that, that's what you were meant to feel. The card does not need to be in reverse to get a reversed meaning. That's not how it works. It's not. All right. Reversed. People often don't trust their intuitive hunches because they aren't taught to recognize them. Doing so would give us too much independence from our social conditioning. Did you hear that? People often don't trust their intuitive hunches because they aren't taught to recognize them. Doing so would give us too much independence from our social conditioning. Who benefits from our limited perspective on how life works? To rule a population, you must take away their power. Long ago, we went from communing with spirits in the hidden realms to being punished for having this knowledge. We were ruled by fear until this inner knowing was suppressed and all but destroyed. Our indoctrination of ignorance is further demonstrated by the way we refer to the sixth sense as spooky, weird, or fake. Intuition is our first sense, not our sixth. It is our most accurate internal navigation system, operating in the domain of our primary reality, which is spirit. Right now, you might be looking for the logical cause and effect of a story. Stop overthinking and trust your intuition. If it sounds amazing, but your gut says no, then follow your instincts. If it seems sparkly and fabulous, but you sense something fishy, don't ignore that. You have the exact answer you need when you get quiet. The power is in you already. Just listen, or it will only ever show you the truth. And when it says listen, I'm going to be like, listen for it all. If your friend's like, I'm clairaudient, everything comes through so clearly. Well, that's not you, that's your friend. Okay? Are you taking notes? So do it how it comes. I lay there at night with like white noise. It's white noise. I don't know. It's like the ocean thunderstorm and wind turbines, I think. And I blast that shit. And I hear music and voices behind the white noise. So listen. Can't actually tell what they're saying yet, but I'm listening. I'm tuning in. Listen. Listen to the bird. Listen to the creak of the floor as you walk through the room. Listen to the dog gently breathing while it sleeps. Listen to the clouds and don't tell me you can't hear. Imagine sound. Listen. All right, guys, let's go to the next deck. Yeah, that was house 6, the blind spot. The Blind Spot Oracle cards by Teal Swan. I bought these for full price and they went on sale right after that. So I did it. So I waited. All right. Woo. All right. These are the sigils. Oh. She intuitively drew them. Just start drawing. You got a sigil. It doesn't have to be a certain thing, a certain color, a certain shape, a certain way, a certain size, a certain anything. It's a character. Draw it. It doesn't have to be if you're doing it intuitively. If you are copying another modality, then yeah, I would definitely say recreate it as you find it. Don't make changes and present them as truth. You can make any changes you want and present them as your own. Yeah, so like if I tell you something like it doesn't work that way like I did, that's not true. It doesn't work that way. I'm curious what this card's gonna be. It's got some cool talk. Card 5. Okay, been hitting that number a lot lately. Card 5. Oh wait, we've had maybe there's more than one. Looks like a little like a jelly bean baby. Or someone dancing. Or multiple people dancing. All right, let's see. Card 5. Bulldozing. I didn't get that. Maybe dancers. Let's dance our way across the planet, bulldozing down oppression. if if you have drawn this sigil, nope, that's the wrong one. Bulldozing. If you have drawn this sigil, you are bulldozing a part of yourself in this situation. Consciousness itself functions like water. If you are looking at a river from above, you can see that a large river often branches off into smaller rivers, and each time this happens, there is less water available to the main river. Due to trauma, which occurs in all people's lives with no exception, the question is simply to what degree. Our consciousness splits just like a river does. It splits so that instead of whole, we are fragmented. It is easier to comprehend this process of splitting, that is fragmentation. I just realized your hand was up. I will get to you in a minute, sorry. In terms of how it affects our being by imagining that when our it is easier to comprehend this process of splitting, that is fragmentation, in terms of how it affects our being by imagining that when our consciousness splits as the result of trauma, our ego splits in two. And it can do this over and over again. This means even though we have one body, within that body, we end up with multiple selves. The best way to picture this is to imagine that inside your body, you have a collection of Siamese twins. They are technically all conjoined because they all share one body, but each one has its own identity, its own desires, needs, perspective, strengths, weaknesses, and appearance. Some of these internal Siamese twins we like and identify with. Others we disidentify with, suppress, deny, and disown. We have good reason for approving of parts of ourselves and rejecting others. But no matter how we spin it, it means that we are polarized. You have experienced this polarization any time that you come to a place where you have to make a decision. And part of you says yes, while another part of you says no. When we are faced with this situation, we usually begin to play a zero-sum game internally. We make a decision so that the part of us that says yes has won, and the part that says no loses. It is as if the part of us that is saying no to something is standing in front of a bulldozer being driven by our other part. And instead of creating resolution so that both parts feel in alignment with the choice being made, the one driving the bulldozer simply runs right over the one protesting. This creates an internal atmosphere of distrust. It is an antagonistic internal atmosphere. The Siamese twins that we tend to bulldoze the most are those that feel fear. We cannot bulldoze our fear without creating more fear. Instead, we need to take loving care of our fear. In this situation, you must consider that the part of you that is being bulldozed exists and is currently holding a very important personal truth that you need to look at instead of ignore or minimize. You have important feelings that need to be felt and needs that need to be met, but you are simply bulldozing forward with the idea that you should feel those things and shouldn't need those things. If you have drawn this sigil, you are bulldozing a part of yourself in this scenario. That is why you feel like you are moving forward and doing things in spite of yourself. You would be wise to understand that you cannot do this and feel good or manifest anything good at the same time. In this situation, you need to make sure that you move forward on decisions only after you have achieved a state of alignment between your internal Siamese twins. I kind of get that. Like, there's still this voice I have. It's much quieter. That'll be like, oh, you can't do that. You're never going to make that. Sounds like my mother. So it's less and less. And now when it speaks, I'm like, why? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Fuck off. Didn't work. Kind of get that. I've stopped bulldozing. I'm definitely still sitting in the bulldozer, ready to run over anything I don't want. But I'm not even sure I know where the keys are at this point, but I don't feel like getting off my perch. Go ahead. I see your hand. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is, uh, we have a lot of power over our suffering or how we experience things. And often it's our belief about something to be true and important. But then when we realize it's really groundless, there's nothing there. Example, that bit of you said about the man fighting with the woman over the parking place in McKinney.
Oh, you saw that. Oh my God. Yeah.
So their attitude both is, I was there first. I have to me first. I have to have this parking place.
Mhm.
Personally, me, I would just let it. I let it's not important. It's groundless, and I'll go find another parking place. Or like in the Seinfeld episode where George is arguing with the other guy over the parking place. So that sort of impairs you. That's increases your suffering when you walk around attaching to things that don't serve your highest need and are ridiculous, and
Mhm.
you fight with people over it,
Mhm.
or you
Yeah.
fight with siblings years and years after you become adults.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's why that statement, like, it is better to understand than be understood, is really, really having an impact on me. Because when I first heard it, I totally saw myself yelling at someone, my mother-in-law actually, like, not yelling, but just being kind of aggressive, like, okay, but this is my side. Like, why take that time? And why do I care if she wants to understand? I don't. So it's better to understand than be understood. I totally get that statement. And I think it's going to really free me out. That and this one is one of my faves. I do not control the actions of others. That has allowed so much progression and freedom in my life. It is insane. I do
well,
not. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and the last thing, she's playing. Oh, you went and threw coffee. Well, I guess it was lukewarm coffee.
Hmm.
What you did to my child. Well, if she was in a car with some children, you don't know what the person there is, or they could be unstable. You are endangering your children by fighting with this guy.
Yeah, it's all of it. And even the guy that I guess stepped in, he was antagonistic and aggressive as well, and it was none of his business. He did not make that situation better. He made it worse. So I'm not saying don't help, but it's hard. I was it's hard. I find myself in some situations very recently, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't do anything. It's happened before. It's happened in the rooms here. I've been doing this for years, and every once in a while something will happen. I'm like, I don't stop it. I don't try to control it or direct it. No one's getting like traumatically harmed. That it's like I didn't know what to do. Sometimes I just like kick people out, but so I'm not dealing with it. But yeah, I gotta experience it. I give people a lot of credit. I don't know if any one of those three individuals. This is a video on my Facebook page that I live in McKinney, Texas, and there was an incident where a man attacked children in McKinney, Texas. So I went ahead and posted it. That's not what I like to have on my page necessarily, but I live here and I have children. And you're gonna attack kids? That's not okay, ass. So I posted it. But none of those people could have been in that situation before, and it is incredibly unfortunate that one man chose to involve children. That all three of them could have been new to it. I mean, she was screaming and cussing. She was terrified. She's a woman with two children. One is a 2-year-old and one is a 7-year-old. And this man, a complete stranger, comes up to her car and starts accosting her, trying to get into the car. What is she supposed to do? What am I going to do? Try to punch him? I might break a nail. But what I can do is scream at the top of my lungs, probably not even completely aware of what I'm screaming, and film him. If a bear comes at you in the woods, are you going to scream? Are you like, come on, baby, come on, give me some more? What are you going to do? And do you know that many women are asked the question, would you rather be alone in the woods with a bear or a man? And the vast majority say bear. Keep that in mind in the social frame of this, that she was doing the best she could with what she had. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And this was all over a parking spot. And I will tell you though, parking at the square is insane. It's only a few miles from my house. It is nuts. It is nuts. You can't get a spot. You can't. But there is a parking garage. All right. Fabulous. We're stopping there. Because we're about 42 and I like to have time for a bio break. All right, so 14 minutes in. All right, guys, this has been fabulous. So glad you're here. Check out my channel. Please subscribe. I'm 2 away from 200 subscribers, and I have been for like 4 days. So please subscribe. Please share. 2 more, and I'm at 200. I'm shooting for 500. And then I'm just going to keep going and going and going. But for manifestation, I like having a goal. 200 is my first goal. I'm 2 from 2. Please subscribe. Okay, bye. No. All right, you guys are great. I'm gonna get out my glasses and I'm gonna very quickly. I'm gonna say bye to the live room before I close down my meetup room. Thank you so much for being here. I love that you like tarot and oracle or whatever it is you're doing here. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe. All right, I'll see you again. And if you're free at 8 a.m. Central, hop over to Meetup. My details are in the description. The links are there. You can find my rooms if you can't leave me a message and I'll